All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships is right over there in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse program, certificate courses. First one up, 25 steps to the redemption, a definitive black manhood designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview by clicking the link in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream where the brothers meet once a week, discussing very important, very vital, very powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. I want you to get on over there, check out that curriculum, and become a member, get a preview, become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace official. General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Got something for your family. I know you're gonna like and love. Get over there, check out that catalog, get a discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 2,500 video, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General. There's not another website nowhere on the planet that can compare, compete, become a member today. And everybody know the General popping on Patreon. We got that fire this evening. I want you to be in the house with me. We talking about the power of the old kingdom. Kemet is the GOAT of civilizations, period. Mind blowing pyramid age. Nobody does it better. You want this information, be in the house. Click that link right there at the top of the chat. And it's over 500 exclusive live streams. We'd already dropped 5 fire ones just the other day. The day before yesterday, we got Sun Wukong and the 72 powers of black chaos is in there right now. We also got uh, the African avatars, stolen divinity is in there right now. It's on fire. All you had to do is go to the one that's on fire. That's going to be all of them, but it's the newest one at the top. And also, we got the second edition of the Akasha jump off. We talking about, let me get that one in there. We talking about vampires who feast on melanin rich brains and hearts. It's in there. It's not a game. When you see the esoterical breakdown, you gonna know what it is. So get on over there to Patreon. To all the family that donated to the General, thank you, appreciate you. Those would like to donate, the link is right there in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Well, family, I ran into this news report just today. It's on the internet about a black woman who left for Russia. She went over there. She was running from the United States, and she went over there. And actually, she had been born in Russia. Her family had went over to Russia back in the 20s. I think her father was a farmer, and he had moved to Russia back in the 20s. And so he went to Russia, and I believe she was born. So she wanted to leave the United States. Now, this is not for any particular other nation. The reason why I'm bringing this one up about Russia, because when I talk about the beef that's going on between the United States and Russia, a lot of people take the side of Russia, say, look at what Russia is doing in Mali and all of this and shit and this, that, and the third. And the core heart of the Russian is just as racist as any other European. You know what I'm saying? But somehow Russia has become some type of savior for black people in Africa just because they working with the guy down in South Africa, and now they working with the brother Ibrahim, Traore, you see, over there in Mali. And so, so people look at, as Russia as being some type of savior, but even there, you can see the racist hearts of the European, no different. So when people, when we say United States, everybody always say, well, United States is the big devil. Well, the Russian is the big devil too. They the big devil. Both of them big devils. You see, they got the same core racist beliefs about black people as anybody else. That's political how they playing that. But they, she went over there. Well, she was born over there. And so she goes back and ends up, I don't know, she got it, the neighbors and shit probably started a trip and shit and whatever, and they jumped on her. And so she had to get up out of there. So, and so it's all over the internet. I seen it was posted today, and it's the irony of it because, again, when we talk about Russia, everybody always saying how great Russia is, how great, and how they support Africa, and they would rather go with Russia than they. And I'm just saying, it ain't about going with any of them, because when you go with any of them, you go with all of them. You understand? When you're dealing with them Europeans, none of them are any different than the other. Okay, so I just wanted that to be clear, and that the Soviet Union is just as big as an imperialist as the United States, or even bigger, because the empire land-wise of the Soviet Union was far greater than it, maybe 2 times or 3 times the size of the United States. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's crazy that, you could get over there and, I don't know. I understand we want to go places, and that's all right. We should be able to go places around the world, but you got to pick and choose. You can't go everywhere. And I just knew Russia just ain't the place. You know what I'm saying? Because they too, they authoritarian. You know what I'm saying? They so authoritarian over there on their people that you can't do nothing outside of what the fuck. If Vladimir Putin is got an agenda, you better not say shit. If they could take that guy who was really rich, that motherfucker was a billionaire, and he was running against Putin and shit like that, and you see what they did to them, that motherfucker, they locked his ass up, they poisoned the shit out of him, and he was dead. He died in their goddamn care. And so if they could do that to a motherfucker who got billions of dollars and shit like that, you already know a little motherfucker ain't got a chance. Ain't got a motherfucking chance. And so we're gonna put a video in here, and because like I said, I got this video off of what's the name? The Sun, the New York Sun. So if anybody, want to go and check it out, and see. And like I say, it's hey, that's her. That's where she was born. You feel what I'm saying? So she figuring she going back home. Yeah, right. Yeah. Ass right back here. If you're gonna go somewhere, make sure you go somewhere where you feel comfortable. You see what I'm saying? Where you gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? But any goddamn way, you got to be safe. But I know good goddamn well, you ain't going to know all goddamn European goddamn what am I damn near 99% of the 99.7% of the motherfuckers is European. You know what I'm saying? That just ain't gonna happen. Because they how they roll. It's gonna be a percentage of them motherfuckers that's gonna be that way. Majority of them. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that they might not jump on your ass, but when the other motherfucker jump on you, they ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing about it. They ain't gonna say shit about it. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, there it is, and so. You put yourself in jeopardy by going to these goddamn European countries. You see, fuck them European countries. Flat the fuck out when it comes down to that, because they is the same fucking way. Ain't no getting around them. Period. The European is just like that damn Greco-Roman, shit, that pedophilia. They're just like Germany. They legalizing pedophilia in Germany. Legalizing it. So that means they so natural to the shit that they gonna just fucking legalize it. I mean, come on, what the fuck? And then the majority of them legalized the damn, the homosexualism. They legalize it. And then they penalize motherfuckers that don't believe like they'll penalize you because that's their nature. And so, they're gonna make sure that they look out for themselves first and foremost. You see, and so that's just what you got to deal with when you dealing with them motherfuckers. So people can get all that glamorization out of Russia. You can get that shit out your head. Period. All that talking about that, no, get that shit out your head. Now I want to see the response of Russia about this. They ain't gonna say shit. Now I seen this one video where this Chinese woman disrespected two sisters in a restaurant, said some crazy shit, and China got on her ass. You see what I'm saying? And got on her ass quick. They brought her ass right back in there and made her apologize and shit and saying, because that shit got China is a much more, a progressive nation than Russia. Russia is authoritarian. Them motherfuckers is in shambles and shit. But with China, they trying to, they trying to put their hand everywhere in the world economically. They going at least, you understand what I'm saying, knowing that they got to cater to African nations and shit. You see what I'm saying? For real, on an economic level, way beyond what Russia doing. Only thing Russia can offer a motherfucker is a bomb or something. You know what I'm saying? But Chinese, they got technology, they got all type of shit that they want to offer the world, and they really trying to get the United States out the way. And so they going to at least try to, have a level of, humanity where, you can't have these people looking up and people being disrespected on, on the internet, and a Chinese woman disrespecting a black woman on the internet. Then you got to go over here and sit down with all these black leaders, and some of them are black women. They're going to look at that like, well, what the fuck did you do about that? You know what I'm saying? And so they not going to have that. But Russia, they don't give a fuck. They some damn cavemen. They ain't got no progressive economy or nothing like that. So they don't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? And like I say, they up in that cold any goddamn way. So you dealing with some straight up Neanderthals. You dealing with some straight up Neanderthal. Now, I was going to play the video, and I think I will, but I don't know if they're going to, got a copyright on it or not. But you can go. Matter of fact, I'll try to put it up here because I play a little bit of it, But, they jumped on, and she was pregnant at the same damn time. Now, I don't know if she over there Neanderthal, and they didn't say nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, it didn't say she was with no goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that situation is or was. It was a 2-minute video. And so, yeah, that calls into question what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, the only thing I'm trying to say is how they treat black people in Russia. Because all that, trying to say, oh, look what they doing for Mali. Look, that's bullshit. Okay, all of that is just sensationalism. You understand what I'm saying? To try to play a chess move to get one over on the United States. If they didn't have to do that to get in position to try, which Russia ain't got enough energy to do that. China is something different. You see what I'm saying? They got energy to do that. They got a fucking vibrant goddamn economy. Russia is some old lethargic ass, so they ain't really got shit, they can offer. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't got, so all of that sensationalism about Russia and this, that, y'all can say that shit. Say that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Here you got South Africa down there. They got goddamn crime and He talking about bricks and shit. Motherfucker, talk about that goddamn crime down there in South Africa. You see what I'm saying? You don't hear no more. You don't hear none of them talking about that. All they want to do is, that's elitism. They don't give a fuck about the average man and woman. You ain't never heard Vladimir. He want to engage with the leader. You understand what I'm saying? He want to give you a gun so you can keep the USA out. But when it come to the people, what the fuck is y'all doing? You see what I'm saying? Oh, he gave a rose. Yeah, they get a rose, but yeah, you ain't gotta pay. Oh, you gonna pay one way or another. See, that's just the okie doke. Yeah, you gonna pay down the road. You see what I'm saying? When they come and ask you for the favor they want to ask, they ain't gonna ask you yet. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna butter you up, and then they're gonna ask your motherfucking ass later down the line. And if you don't give them that goddamn favor, they're gonna have a problem with your ass. Let me put this video up here. Motherfucker, lord him some Vladimir motherfucking Putin. I say, man, y'all niggas is a motherfucking trip. Now, I want to see them respond to this shit, man. I want to see what if it ain't going to be no response. Because, I mean, obviously she had to leave, which means it wasn't no motherfucking response. Okay, what's the name of that video? That's it right there. Let me see. Oh, there you go. I see it. Here we go.
A black woman who moved from the U.S. to Russia to escape discrimination and racism revealed on social media that the entire plan backfired on her in a disturbing. A black woman who moved from the U.S. to Russia to escape discrimination and racism revealed on social media that the entire plan backfired on her in a disturbing way. Francine Villa was born in Russia but moved to the U.S. with her family when she was a kid. In a heartbreaking video, Francine claims that both she and her baby were brutally attacked by racist neighbors in Moscow. She detailed the alleged assault on Instagram. Now, the fact that the attack occurred in her homeland is an extra painful blow. Villa had previously spoken about her move in the 2020 documentary Back in the USSR, which aired on the Russian state media channel RT. Villa said that her great-grandfather George Tynes, who hails from Virginia, worked as an agriculturalist after moving to the Soviet Union in the 1930s. Now, much of her family still lives there, but at a young age, she moved with her mother to the United States. It was there that she spent most of her life until experiencing what she described as a traumatizing experience with police. Villa explained in the documentary that she'd approached officers for help during an emergency, but that they turned on her instead, throwing her to the ground. It was then that she decided it was time to leave. That was back in 2019. Here is how she explained it. Quote, "Why did I make up my mind to move to Russia? I want..."
And over there throwing up a black power fist. Yeah, come on, man. It's some confusion with that one right there. You went somewhere where there ain't a nigga nowhere within a fucking 1,000 miles, and you up there throwing over. I mean, okay, make that make sense.
I wanted to leave a country where I was facing discrimination. After a year living in Moscow, she told RT, quote, "I feel free living in Russia because in Russia, no matter what time it is, I can walk outside and I'm safe." 5 years later, that proved to be a fantasy. Following the alleged attack, Villa took to Instagram with blood still on her face, saying a couple in her apartment building beat her with fists while she was with her 2-year-old and yelled racial slurs at her in Russian. In edited footage shared by Villa of the incident, the couple can be seen arguing with her in the hallway of her building, threatening to throw out her belongings while she was seemingly blocked from entering her own apartment.
You know what? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We understand politics of the situation. It ain't like, we understand the politics of the situation. But at the same time, got to know that motherfucker, when they see your ass, they don't see no, they ain't got no scale. Nigga, it's one scale. You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm just showing if you take your motherfucking, you expect nigga to be treated the same goddamn way. You feel what I'm saying? This is not an attachment, you know, to none of that shit over there. If that's what, you know, if they got some fake shit going on, that's on them. But I'm just saying, for those that got this, you know, this fantasy, you know, sensationalism of Russia, you can get past that shit. You feel what I'm saying? This is just documentation. Now, you went over there. That's her. That's her home country. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, don't get it twisted. And motherfucking Vladimir Putin don't give a fuck about you at all. So just understand that. So quit. That's all this is about. Okay, and so yeah, they over there. Fuck them. You know, that's their home country. Go on over there. Get you one of them motherfucking lamb coats and shit, and get you one of them hats that go on your motherfucker, one of them wool fezzes and shit, and go on over there and do what you do. But you gonna get what you gonna motherfucking get at the same goddamn time. So we understand that. You know what I'm saying? We understand that. So again, don't come on here, Vladimir Putin. Yeah. Yeah, we know what she doing. We know. We know. We know. We know. That don't change the difference. It wouldn't matter what you're doing. That's all. We don't want to, you know, I understand that, family. That ain't the point, though. The point is, it don't make a difference what the fuck you doing. You see what I'm saying? We know what that situation is. But what the point is, they don't give a fuck what you doing. You see, you gonna get treated the same goddamn way. Okay, just know that. That's how they treat motherfuckers like that. Yeah. I don't know. They never say it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's something going on behind the scene. You know what I'm saying? You know, something going on behind the scene with foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Some foolishness. You know, but again, I'm not here to, you know, to get all off into that. That's not my mission. You see what I'm saying? I don't need to get off into that. Some shit just speak for itself. You know. But at the same motherfucking time, just know you can be over there, motherfucker, and you can be quiet as a church mouse. Motherfucker might walk up on your ass, motherfucker, and put it and lay some hands on you, nigga. That's just all I'm saying. So here we go, family. Another video. We got one coming right up after this. I want y'all in the house. I want y'all on Patreon. Click that link. We got the power of the old kingdom going down. Kemet is the goat of civilizations, period. Mind-blowing pyramid age. Want you in the house. Nobody do it better. I'll see you in a minute. We got one more for the early afternoon. Don't you dare miss it. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.